So you want to go to dental school, but you're worried about the student debt that may come with it. The good news is that most dentists will get a sizable shovel in the form of a healthy income after entering the workforce. Picking one of the best cities for dentists can help you pay that debt down faster. But one of the student loan planner's favorite choices would be for you to graduate with less debt in the first place. And by picking the right dental school, you can. So, in this video, we're going to explore the 15 most affordable dental schools in the US. And I'm Megan Landris, consultant for Student Loan Planner. So, let's dive straight on in and talk about the average cost of debt for dental school, or sorry, the average cost and debt of dental school. According to the American Dental Education Association, or the ADEA, the average educational debt for all indebted dental school graduates from a class of 2018 was about $285,000. The typical student debt for dental graduates who have consulted with us, Student Loan Planner, is around $400,000. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the average dentist earns about $156,000 per year. Still, that means that the typical dentist will graduate with student debt that's close to 2 times their annual income. Let's talk about how we ranked this list of best dental schools so you have some perspective there. To come up with this list, we used the data from the 2017 to 2018 survey of dental education all US schools were required to complete to maintain the accreditation by the Commission on Dental Accreditation, or CODA, the entity that oversees dental related education programs. The survey was conducted by American Dental Association, or ADA, Health Policy Institute, on behalf of CODA. It's important to note that for our list because we looked at total dental school costs, including instrument and textbook fees, not just tuition. So let's dive into the best dental schools overall. And number one is University of Puerto Rico. Number two, Texas A&M University. Number three, Howard University. Number four, East Carolina University. Number five, UT Health Science Center at San Antonio. Number six, UT Health Science Center at Houston. Number seven, University of Mississippi. Number eight, University of Alabama. Number nine, Augusta University. Number 10, University of Louisville. Number 11, University of Kentucky. Number 12, University of Tennessee Health Science Center. Number 13, LSU Health Sciences Center. Number 14, University of Connecticut. And 15, University of Oklahoma. Let's also talk about the best dental schools for non-residents. University of Puerto Rico is number one. Number two is Howard University. Number three is East Carolina University. Number four, Texas A&M University. And number five, UT Health Science Center at San Antonio. Let's also talk about the best private dental schools. As the chart below indicates, private dental schools in general are going to cost you way more than public universities. The average cost of dental school at public universities is just over $193,000 compared to over $319,000 for private universities. With this in mind, Student Loan Planner would highly recommend you or encourage you to choose a public university for your dental schooling if you're wanting to graduate with less student debt. However, if you're determined to go to a private university, the 5 cheapest ones are listed below. Now, stay away from the most expensive private dental schools, which will be Herman Ostrow School of Dentistry of USC, University of Illinois, Chicago, University of Michigan, Medical University of South Carolina, and University of Buffalo. Now that we've talked about the cheapest schools and the schools to entertain or the schools to avoid, let's also talk about how to pay back your dental school student loans. This will depend on the amount of student debt that you owe. And I know that's the worst answer. It depends. But if you take Student Loan Planner's advice and pick one of the cheapest dental schools, then you'll hopefully have less than about $200,000 of dental school debt with an annual income of around $150,000 per year or more. This means that your student loans would be less than 1.5 times your income. And for borrowers in this situation, our advice is choosing a more aggressive payback strategy. And why? And that's because with a debt to income ratio that low, you won't be able to get very much relief from income driven plans, at least not long term. It could be a great option when you're first starting out, but maybe not long term as far as it being very cost efficient. You'd typically be better off just paying back your loans as fast as you can. So, if you do choose an aggressive payback strategy, refinancing could save you a lot of money on interest cost. This is especially true if you have graduate plus loans, which charge an ugly 7.6% interest rate, or could. The interest rate changes from year to year, but tends to be higher than the unsubsidized loans you can borrow. Looking at a different example, let's say you graduated with about 300,000 or more of student loans. Using the same 150,000 again as our general starting income, this would make your student loan debt 2 times or more your annual income. In this situation, it may be smarter to stick with your federal student loans and choose an income driven repayment plan. If you're not sure which repayment strategy would be the best for your student debt situation, a student loan planner consultant can help. We also have pre debt consultations where we can talk through, based on what we think we may be graduating with student loan debt wise and what our potential income could be, what our strategy would be to pay these loans back. So check out our next video on why a student loan plan matters to give you a little more insight there. And thanks for hanging out with me. See you on the next one.